is Thursday as we do this live. All right, good. We are live everywhere. We're talking today about one of, I think, the most misunderstood things in sales that can also really hold you back. Hey, Mary, Ksenia, good morning. Good morning. I love it. Which is moving out of competition into creativity. Laura, good morning. And I want to actually start. So, just as people are coming in, what are we celebrating this week? So, what are you? Let me know in the comments because I want to celebrate with you. What are you celebrating for this week? What is something that you are proud of yourself for? What is something that you are maybe a shift you've made? What is something, an achievement that maybe, it's so funny. Oh, hey, Lori on LinkedIn, how are you? We're just the way we work is that we're goal achieving, we're looking forward, which is great, right? That's how we're wired as humans. But, you know, I bet if you looked back on your life 5 years ago, even a year ago, and looked at where you are now, you are probably living the life, at least in some ways, that you used to dream of. Who is that true for? Who is that true for? Like, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Yashika, good morning. Kristen, good morning. Because this is something that we often, especially as women, which is celebrate our achievements and our accomplishments. So I want to know, put in the comments, what are we celebrating? Thank you for the hearts. I know many of you are 10K Club members, and so I heard about some of your celebrations yesterday on our call, but I want to hear from you. Yashika, I'm celebrating honoring myself with some amazing workouts and mindset work. Yes, 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 yes. The other night I really talk with women about like putting it down when it feels heavy or hard. And I had gotten to that point at night where I was like, we just put Jack down for sleep. And in my mind, my monkey mind was like, oh, you should go and do more DMs and do more this and that. And it honestly, like, it felt so heavy at that point. And I thought, I know I'm not in the energy of being a powerful creator right now. And I just wanted to go work out. And I put it down and went to bar class. And is it not so powerful when you just let yourself like honor what your body needs, honor what your mind needs, and then you come back to your work and you're 10 times faster, 10 times more powerful. It's not that push, which is really a lot of what we're going to talk about today. Mary, oh my gosh, Mary, I presented a workshop on the power of gratitude last night at a women's homeless shelter. Oh, I love, 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 love everything about that. That is beautiful. We are celebrating that with you. That's incredible. Let me check comments. Lori, you're saying a portion of the year was what you used to dream of. Yeah. And I know, Lori, you're celebrating LinkedIn Live, which is great, but also, Pop, what else you're proud of yourself for in this week? Michelle, I'm still working on my goal and I booked 3 new clients in the last 2 days. Yay. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Well, keep popping them in the comments because we're going to, as we go, like I want to pop in and look at your comments, but this is really part of what I wanted to talk with you about today, which is this. I want to encourage you to think about moving out of competition and into creativity. And there's a quote, and I don't know who said it to start. I've got a couple quotes for you today that I don't know who said it to start, but they're powerful. And I live my life by them. And the first one is that amateurs compete, but professionals create. So amateurs compete, but professionals create. And I just think about, especially so much in the business world and the sales world, how much is that competition instilled in us? And I'm not saying I'm totally against it in certain ways, but I really think the only person you want to quote unquote compete with is yourself. And I don't even know if I totally love that language of competing, but a lot of the closed door conversations that I have with women in my programs I find that, and let me know in the comments if this has been your experience. Gail, good morning. I'm so glad you're here. I bet you'll, being in the financial world, you'll probably relate to a lot of this. But when we start to second guess ourselves and when we start to question ourselves is when we look around too much. Who can relate to that? I've had so many conversations with women who they've been on a good path and they're trekking along and they're making the progress. And then they'll come to a call and they'll be like, well, I don't know, maybe I'm doing all of this wrong. I don't know. so-and-so's doing this, so-and-so's doing that. And anytime we find ourselves looking around too much, we are losing our power. Okay. You are losing your power when you do it. I want to just check comments here. Oh, Amy on YouTube, good morning. I compete with the lesser version of myself. I love you too. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like that, like just the blinders, right? Blinders. Michelle is saying absolutely collaboration and creativity is so much more energizing, although I can be extremely competitive. Well, and that's like, again, we learn how to use all these things in the right context, right? But if you find yourself second guessing or doubting yourself, or suddenly it's like you've been on a roll and then you stop, a lot of times it's because you started to look around and you started to feel like you need to compete with other people around you because you started comparing, right? And then you judge yourself. Laura, so going back to what you're celebrating, you took time for yourself this week instead of pushing. Amazing, amazing. Gail, are you saying you can relate to this? I know this is very common, right, in your world too. And one of my favorite books that I have all my women read is The Science of Getting Rich. And he talks about in that book, moving from the competitive plane to the creative plane. So moving from the competitive plane to the creative plane. And that's what I want to encourage you to do today, because everything you want is there. Everything you want comes when you are, and you can feel it, right? How many of you can feel it in your body when you're in that creative mode, right? Where it's like the ideas are flowing, the inspiration is flowing, you're excited, you're lit up, you're not looking around, you're fully focused. And I think about, where does competition come from? To me, it's a false premise. To me, it's improper thinking. One, it's a false premise that we're separate, which we're not. And two, it's a scarcity mindset. It's this scarcity mindset that there's not enough to go around. So we've got to compete and we've got to fight and we've got to get ours before somebody else gets theirs. And it's simply not true. And this premise is, for some reason, we have it with money, right? We have it with money and sales so often, where I've got to get mine before somebody else gets it. I've got to get that client before somebody else does. And I want to encourage you to think about health. If you're in perfect health, does that mean somebody else can't be? No, like everyone can be in perfect health. Everyone can be abundant. And so it's a false premise that we need to heal, especially in this world of sales. Let me check comments. Digital Services Plus. Welcome, Elizabeth. Good morning. Laura, I tend to compete with myself, but I like the sound of creating. Yeah, I mean, I really think it's just noticing the energy that it's in. So I'm all for, like, I did this last month. How can I go to the next level this month? I'm all for that, because we are wired to consistently up level and have further expansion, right? But is it coming from that energy of not enoughness, like of proving something? Or is it coming from that excitement, that energy, that creativity of, oh my gosh, like you feel it in your body, right? I'm on a roll and I can't wait to see what's next and what's more. And so here's another quote for you that I don't know. It's not from me. It's from somebody, and I don't know who it is, but I love this. And I want you to think about this to help you if there's any degree in you right now of feeling like there's not enough and you've got to compete with other people. Out of abundance, he took abundance, and still abundance remained. And if anybody knows the attribution for that quote, pop it in the comments. Out of abundance, he took abundance, and still abundance remained. There's an infinite supply. Who loves that? Does anyone else love that quote the same way I do? Like that, and we can customize it because almost everyone here is a woman. Out of abundance, she took abundance, and still abundance remained. But when we think about it that way, there is no limit. I'm so glad, yeah, Yashika, that's speaking to you. There is no limit. There is no lack. And when we think about it that way, we move. That's how we shift. Amy, I'm glad you love it too. That's how we make that shift from that competition, like grabby, not enough scarcity energy, into that abundance. Laura's saying you love it. Kristen, thank you for the hearts. Kristen, you're saying, I love to ask me and the universe, how can I get any better at this? Yes, which is a great question to ask, right? Because the law of compensation, like when you're looking at, if you want to work with universal laws for how much money you're going to make, you'll be compensated according to the demand for what you do how good you are at doing it, and how difficult it would be in replacing you. So the demand for what you do, how good you are at doing it, and how difficult it would be to replace you. So Kristen, to your point of that question, like, yeah, we always want to be getting better at our craft. We always want to be up leveling, because that does determine how much income you bring in. So that is important. I feel like I'm like really Italian today with the hands. I don't know what's I think I feel like my shirt's falling, so I'm like covering. You all are with me here. We get weird on these morning live streams. Law of compensation. Yeah, so that's a great question to ask. So here's something that helps me, and this was very counterintuitive when I first learned it. But has anybody read the book The Diamond Cutter? I don't know if there are any Diamond Cutter fans here in the house this morning, but it's like Buddhist principles to business. And the book is powerful. And the whole idea behind it is whatever you want for yourself, help someone else get it. Whatever you want for yourself, help someone else get it. Now, I know that probably resonates. Like, I know so many of you who are here live this morning. Yashik, you're saying you haven't read it, but it sounds good. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I read it, I think last year, maybe early this year for the first time. And it's kind of like everything in life. It's really the opposite of how you think it works. So, and I'll share, Michelle saying the law of increase. There you go. Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah. The law of increase. So I have a mastermind partner, and she and I are very much on the same track, like with our businesses and our lives and what we're doing. And we both got the same revenue goal for this year. But when I read the book, I made the intentional decision that I was going to help her hit that revenue goal for herself. And there's overlap. There's some overlap between what we do and teach. And, I think me years ago would have said, well, if I help her with it, then that's less for me. But it's actually been the opposite. And it's been so beautiful. And it's been fun just to be in that energy of like, what do you need? What do you need me to review? Do you need me to jump on your live stream and do a testimonial? Like, what is it? And it's so fun. And I get blessings along the way from helping her. And so I want to just encourage you to like really think about whatever your revenue, whatever your sales goal is for this year. Help someone, like, think about this. How trippy would this be for you? And is anyone willing to take this challenge? Help someone else in your space get there. Because what will happen, and I don't know if any of you have resistance around that, because it's not what we're taught, right? But you will be blessed along the way. You will be in that energy of creation. You'll also get great ideas for your own thing. But help, there's a quote in The Science of Getting Rich. Oh, who's the guy who said it? Golden Rule Jones, I think. He said, what I want for myself, I want for everybody. And that's where the real power comes from. And I find, thank you for the hearts, in my meditation this morning, and every day's a little bit different, but this morning I made it like 7 minutes through my meditation. And then I noticed my mind was just not cooperating. It was like flip-flopping all over the place thinking about the day. So I started it over because I was like, no, like, I'm going to discipline you to sit here because I know what happens when I have a powerful meditation. And in the meditation, that's part of, what was most powerful for me this morning is, I meditated on my goals. I meditated on, like the home we want to buy. We're like excited to get an Airstream travel trailer now. Like, we're that family. But then the part of my meditation that was most powerful is I saw every woman in my program achieving her goals, being blessed beyond increase. And I saw, for many of them, they have kids. I saw their kids being free. And that was like, waterworks, just what, like, full on, like, nose blowing afterwards, like tear. And that is when we're in that energy, that's when we're in the creative plane. Thank you for the hearts. That's when we create powerfully. And then you're taken care of along the way. Like, you'll be taken care of along the way. Laura's saying you love this. Ksenia, thank you for the hearts. Yeah. And that's for each of you. I would encourage you, and a lot of you, I'm sure you're already doing this. I know, like, you're heart-centered women. But if you're not, like, incorporate it into your daily journaling, into your meditation, into your prayer of like seeing your clients be blessed, seeing them have what they want, seeing them and their families prosper, see like you've got to expand your mind and see it so much beyond you. Like I don't know what happened this morning. It was intense. Y'all are probably picking up on it right now. Like I saw the whole world in my heart. I know you all have had this happen too. It's a lot, but the impact of what you do when you show up that way for your clients, and when you wish for everyone else what you also want for yourself, it spans so beyond, so beyond what you will ever know. But you create the most powerful ripple effect from you to the clients you serve, to their families, and to future generations that aren't even born yet. So that, and doesn't it feel good in your body? Thank you for the hearts. I'm so glad this is resonating. Mary, I love you. Thank you. Yashika, you love that. Thank you. I want you to just remember and know it's so much bigger than you. And when we get into scarcity, when we get into competition, it's because we're too focused on ourselves. And what if you just did the opposite? What if you just did the opposite and focus and noticing, gosh, my body feels great. I feel at ease. I feel peaceful when I think about how I can help other people get what I want. When I think about how I can be of highest service. When I think about just spreading love and leaving everyone better than I found them, trusting that I will be taken care of along the way. And that's how it works, my friend. And just do an experiment. Like experiment. And if it doesn't work for you, then you can go back to the old way. But this is why I care so much about helping you reestablish that connection with your body if you've shut it off like I did for many years, because your body will tell you. It will tell you when you're in scarcity mode. It will tell you when you're in competition because you feel restricted. You don't feel that energy in your heart. You feel, thank you so much for the hearts. You feel like scared, you're on the defense. That's not when you're creating powerfully, and you get this much for yourself when you show up that way. When you have that open heart and you're there to serve and you're in that creative mode, letting the ideas flow, letting the inspiration flow, letting the love flow through you, like things happen that you cannot explain. Clients come to you, opportunities come to you because you are so freaking magnetic in that moment. And it is beautiful. I think that's it. That's what I got for you this morning. Laura is saying future generations, it's what drives me. Yes. Yoshika is saying so true about the energy cues. Yes. And I know you know this with what you do for sure. Michelle's saying yes. All right. Oh, ladies, I love. Oh, Jan, I don't know if I said good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Whew, that's what I got. Does anyone have questions? Does anyone need anything? Otherwise, I'm going to go prep for an interview, but I love you. I'm grateful for you. So glad you were here. Oh, Patty. Oh my gosh. We're just wrapping up, but I absolutely love you. And I love seeing your face in here. And I hope your traveling has been going amazing. Go back and watch the beginning because I think this will resonate with you. All right, my loves. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining today. Tomorrow, I'm excited about tomorrow because we're talking about how to expand your ability to receive. How to expand your ability to receive, which is so important, especially for those of us who are entrepreneurs, sales professionals. We gotta be able to receive, right? We give and we receive. So I'm going to talk about some tips. Oh, you were on Facebook. Good. I'm so glad. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. So powerful. That's beautiful. Oh, Jimmy, good morning. How are you? Ronald, inspirational. I'm so glad it spoke to you, my friend. Good morning, Michelle. Oh, yeah. We're going to expand your capacity to receive tomorrow. All right, my friends, I'm going to go prep for this interview at the top of the hour. I am grateful for you. Send me a DM if I can be of service, and wishing you all the most beautiful day. You too, Jan. Have a great day. See you all soon. Bye for now.